For the second year in a row, the Texas Longhorns have a tight end prospect that is being talked about pretty highly in the NFL draft community. Ja'Tavion Sanders was a really solid player in his rookie season for the Panthers, and this year, Gunnar Helm is generating some very intriguing buzz during the pre-draft process. This is a tight end class that has some really good depth, so where does Helm land in this class, and how highly could he be taken in the 2025 NFL Draft? That is what we will be going over in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon page, where for $5 a month, you guys will get exclusive access to my in-depth draft guide and big board, with over 450 prospects and counting. It is truly one of the best resources available on the market, and if you enjoy my draft content, I highly recommend checking it out. Leave a comment on this video and let me know which prospects you guys would like to see in a future episode, and without further ado, let's take a closer look at Gunnar Helm. Helm is one of the stories of players who waited their turn in college football. The portal has given a lot of players newfound opportunities to go get playing time, but Helm waited his turn at Texas. Coming into the year, Helm had 19 receptions for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns throughout his entire career. It was nothing exciting, but he certainly showed flashes in the limited opportunities he had. But he broke out in 2024, finishing the year with 60 receptions for 786 yards and 7 touchdowns for the Longhorns, and has been one of the big risers of the college football season. The first thing I really like about Helm is his size and versatility. He is 6'5", 250 pounds, and I think he has the ideal size and length that is desired for a modern NFL tight end. But I also love the versatility. He took snaps all over the line for Texas. He took a majority of his snaps in line, but he played in the slot, and he even took some snaps out wide for Texas. They put him in wildcat formation, and I think he showed some really nice versatility to be able to play all over the field as a receiving tight end. As a receiver is where Helm really thrived. I think he had some of the best hands and ball tracking abilities of any of the tight ends in this draft class. He had a 3.2% drop rate in 2024, which are really impressive numbers. He knows how to track the football in the air, and he has sure hands to catch just about anything thrown his way, which I love to see from any tight end prospect. As a blocker, the results are a bit up and down with Helm. I think he actually shows some nice upside when he's playing in line, particularly as a pass protector. I think as a run blocker, he had some inconsistencies at just connecting with defenders, and sometimes he approaches too wide. I don't think he's a great blocker, but on the tape I watched, I certainly wouldn't say he's a bad blocker either. I don't think he's going to be asked to be a blocking tight end at the next level, but it's nice to know that if you need a guy to help in line as a pass protector, I think Helm can do that. He just might not be able to bring much as a run blocker to the next level. I would say the same thing goes with his athleticism. He's a good athlete that I thought really thrived after the catch. I thought he made good plays with the football in his hands, but I wouldn't say he's a great athlete at all. His long speed is not super impressive, but I do think his short area burst and quickness is an area of his that I really do value. The biggest concern with me for Helm has to be his overall route running. It was pretty frustrating at times to watch him because it seemed like Texas did the same thing with him every single play. He'd run a wheel route, or he'd run Y-leak across the line of scrimmage and get the ball in space on a short little screen, or maybe he'd run a crosser. That was really it for his route tree. His route running is average at best, and he has an incredibly limited route tree as of right now, and that worries me, because he doesn't do a very good job of creating separation right now. If he's not schemed open, I do wonder how impactful he can be at the next level, because the upside is certainly there, we just haven't really seen it from him on tape, and that does concern me about him. Helm is a tough study because I feel like he's a bit of a jack of all trades, but a master of none. He's a good athlete, not a great athlete. He's a good blocker, not a great blocker. He's a good route runner, not a great route runner. He's got some really nice upside, and I think he's still pretty green as a prospect. I think I'm higher on him because I do value the short area quickness, the reliable hands, and the ball skills that he's shown. And Helm is my tight end 4 in the draft class and my number 111 overall prospect. In terms of a scheme fit, Helm has shown the ability to play anywhere for the offense, and I think he can be impactful just about anywhere. But given his inconsistent blocking and the inconsistent technique, I think he works best as a move tight end at the next level and being a nice receiving threat. I think that's where he was at his best for Texas, was in motion or playing in the slot. And I think that's where his athleticism and tools are going to translate best at the next level. My player comparison for Gunnar Helm is Dallas Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson. Ferguson has reliable hands and is a good receiving tight end. He may not be the smoothest nor the most elite athlete in the world, but he is a reliable weapon who has versatility, has very sure hands, and can make plays in the receiving game. Neither are the greatest blockers, but they're not a liability in those areas either, and I think Helm can be a very similar type of player at the next level. Gunnar Helm has great hands. He doesn't drop the football, and is a player who has shown the ability to play anywhere along an offense. I think he's a talented tight end that's going to get better at the NFL level. I truly think his best football is in front of him, and ultimately, I believe that Gunnar Helm will be a 3rd to 4th round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.